Hello YouTube! Today we're going to talk about women. Welcome to the first annual ladies survey on YouTube started by Miss X Rojas, also known as Rosianna. This survey is about women, but it's not just for women. Guys, you can take it too. This survey is for everyone! So to get started, first question. Who are your favorite female YouTubers? I think I have to start with Christina Horner. She is probably the first female YouTuber that I ever watched, and she was really influential for me early on. I think that she is great. Of course Rosie, because she is absolutely brilliant. Daily Grace and Jenna Marbles are consistently hilarious. Kaylee Hyde has really insightful videos and I just like the way that she thinks. And finally, I really like Sarcastics. I like all of the girls individually, but I also really like it when they actually have a full-on conversation with each other, and it's just really fascinating. Question 2, who are your favorite female athletes? Christy Yamaguchi is and always has been hands down my absolute favorite female athlete since I was a kid. I love her. It also helps that she sort of married Brett Hedican, who was playing for the Carolina Hurricanes for a while, and for maybe a year or so lived in my neighborhood. I saw her in the grocery store once. It was awesome. I'm also currently a fan of Abby Wambach, despite the fact that she went to the University of Florida, but she is really awesome, and so is the entire U.S. Women's National Soccer team. Question 3, what is your favorite book written by a female author with a female protagonist? This is a really difficult question. I'm probably going to have to say the Alana series by Tamara Pierce. Tamara Pierce? I'm not really sure how to say it. Alana is incredible. I think that I've talked about her before on this channel, but I know that I've written about her before on Leaky News. I think that she is an amazing character. If and when I have kids, I want them to read this series, boy or girl. It's such a great story with a really strong female protagonist, and I think that it sets the bar high for female characters in books. And if I have a boy or girl, I want them to understand that. Number 4, what is your favorite film written by a female with a female protagonist? Probably You've Got Mail. Bless Nora Ephron. Question 5, who is your favorite female fictional character? Hermione Granger. I don't think that requires an explanation. Question 6, what is the biggest problem facing female creators today and any solutions? I think it is a combination of safety, which Rosie actually talked about, and working not only on awareness of that, but also awareness of treatment of women as second-class citizens, much of which is not on purpose but still really needs to be addressed. I'm talking about language and gendered stereotypes and that sort of thing. I think that it is a problem facing women not only as victims but also as perpetrators. Even some of my favorite female YouTubers mentioned earlier do this. If an example is not set, then how are we going to move forward? Question 7. Do you think YouTube and online video are in general better or worse suited than television for tackling the problems and prejudices women face in the workplace? This is a really tough question because I think that television is a rough place for prejudice against women. I'm not really sure if online video is the solution or better, but I think that it has the potential to be better. A few years ago, I might have answered that TV reaches the larger and wider audience and therefore has the capacity to institute change, but now I'm not so sure. It seems like online video is really taking over and making its own way. So with the freedom that comes with making online video, I think that that's where we should try to start working on these problems. Question 8. What do you pledge to do to make the internet a better environment for all creators? I think that the example that I was talking about in question 6 is a good place to start. Rosie mentioned speaking up and against things and not just letting things slide just because you think that it might be internet nonsense. And I think that that is one course of action. But I also think that we need to just start with ourselves and, practice the golden rule. So that's what I'm going to continue to work on. Sort of in relation to this, I've actually been thinking of starting a series on women in history. Many of them are going to be musicians because that's what I study, but I think that it would be really cool to focus on some women in history that don't get a lot or any time in history textbooks, history classes, and that kind of thing. Thoughts? Question 9. Well, it's not really a question, but okay, number 9. Tell us a story or secret featuring women. This is not really a secret, but I feel like it should be said anyway. The women in my family are all really amazing, and I am lucky to have had such wonderful role models such as my mom, my grandmothers, my aunts, my cousins, my second cousins once removed or something, I'm not really sure, etc. And even the women who are not quite related to me, but people such as Tristan's mom and his grandmothers and his sister-in-law. I'm just really lucky to have all of these amazing women in my life.
Patty Hall is a saint.
And finally, 10, tag people. Okay, I'm going to tag Sama, also known as Spellbound Sama, Charlotte, or Outsider Girl, Kaylee Kill, Mary, or Okay Let's Jam, and 5th, I'm going to tag a man, because I think that men should take this survey, and this particular guy talks about his mom a lot, which I think is really cool, so Alex Carpenter, I'm looking at you. And go!